Welcome back to Scarecrow's Billiards. Today, we're going to do a deep dive into the Worldpool Billiard Association. The first question you may ask is, what is the Worldpool Billiard Association, or the WPA? The WPA is one of three organizations under the purview of the World Confederation of Billiards, WCBS, which oversees not only pool, but also snooker and carom as well. The WCBS actually falls underneath the International Olympic Committee, the IOC. So you may ask, why isn't billiards an Olympic sport yet? Glad you asked. As it turns out, the WCBS had that same question and on numerous occasions launched noble crusades to press the IOC for inclusion in the games. However, those proposals were met with some roadblocks. These include the image, often thought of as an activity for backroom gambling. Gaining the approval of the general public continues to be a hurdle in itself. And in the past, billiards lacked unification, but with the establishment of the governance under the WCBS, it is hopeful that this is no longer a factor. And I feel the IOC also fears that viewer engagement wouldn't be that high due to the pace of some games, as well as the convolution of many game nuances and varying rules. Let's face it, country to country, culture to culture, the rules of the many billiard games are anything but consistent. Thinking ahead, you may wonder, what organizations belong to the WPA? Well, again, I'm glad you asked. Established quite recently in 1987, the World Pro Billiard Association, WPA, is the symbol of global governance for all things pocket billiards. The WPA has provided guidance and direction to 7 subordinate organizations. The first member of the WPA was founded in Europe, specifically in Germany, known as the European Pocket Billiard Federation. Shortly after, the Asian Pocket Billiard Union, APBU, hit the scene as another member of the WPA. It wasn't until 1990 that the third member, the Billiard Congress of America, joined. The BCA was quickly followed by the Australasian Pool Association in 1992. 7 years later, though, the Australasian Pool Association shifted to the Oceania Pocket Billiard Association, or the OPBA. 1999 was a big year for the world of pocket billiards when additionally the Confederación Panamericana de Billar, CBP, and the All-African Pool Association, AAPA, joined the WPA. In 2024, quite recently as the date of this video, the former World 8-Ball Pool Federation, WEPF, changed their image and their name by becoming the International 8-Ball Pool Federation, and in doing so, became the 7th member of the WPA. Next, we'll look into the functions of the WPA. According to the WPA website, they are the international governing body for pool, pocket billiards, dedicated to promoting and regulating the sport of pool worldwide. The WPA is headed by a board of directors consisting of representatives from Australia, Africa, Asia, Europe, North America, and South America, with a commitment to fostering fair play, sportsmanship, and excellence for all pool players. The WPA is a founding member of the World Confederation of Billiard Sports, WCBS, which is the international federation recognized by the International Olympic Committee for billiard sports and accordingly covers all major cue sports. According to the WPA's Charter of Governance, ratified on March 4, 2025, it is run by a board of directors who strictly adhere to the principles of transparency, accountability, ethical conduct, inclusivity, and sustainability. The duties of the board of directors includes, but is not limited to, strategic oversight, policy formulation, financial stewardship, ethics and compliance, and representation at world events. For policy formulation, this includes adopting and amending the rules and regulations of pool, as well as establishing and overseeing WPA policies. Financial stewardship means to approve budgets and financial statements, as well as ensure financial sustainability and compliance with statutory requirements. Operating ethically and compliantly means enforcing adherence to the Constitution, this Charter, and the IOC Code of Ethics. So, the WPA makes the rules? Yes, the WPA creates, interprets, and amends lots of rules. These include the following 9 listed below, which we'll go into a little more. Starting off with the rules of play. Literally anything you can think of is covered in their 44-page PDF, which, if you're curious, can be found here. Next are 16 pages of rule regulations, which is confusing to me, so we'll just call it regulations. This delineates specifics such as dress code, playing with a referee in the area, penalty for misconduct, how to protest, that shot clock, the 3-ball break rule, outside interference, players staying in their chair, rules for racking, and even acts of God. The 30 pages of sports regulations contain information on anti-doping. Stay sober, y'all. Event venues, announcement procedures and tournament systems, age limits, the draw and seeds, entry fees, prize money, player meetings, coaching, the use of phones, smoking and alcohol use, and World Championship ranking events. Now, some good news. The PDF on equipment specification is only 7 pages, and in those pages covers materials for the table as well as its dimensions, the lighting, the balls, the cue sticks, the mechanical bridge, as well as that spacing between the tables. The regulations for sanctioning are comprised in 19 pages of text. These are divided into international tournaments, continental tournaments, and national tournaments. A bit deeper, these regulations govern entry fees and the procedures for sanctioning an event. If you're so inclined to learn more, the link is here. They also have an 11-page document governing the game Pyramid, or Russian billiards. If you're interested in Pyramid, you can check it out on YouTube, here. The rules for HEYBALL can be found in this 21-page document. I've shot on a HEYBALL rounded pocket table before. It's very challenging and good practice, but warning, for traditional pocket billiards players, it can lead to the sudden onset of headaches. So not easy to locate, you can find some videos on HEYBALL on YouTube. The WPA also has 18 pages of guidelines on artistic pool, or as many of us know it, trick shots. These cover equipment, scoring, events, membership of the council, and other legalese. Again, if you want to know more about it, you can look at the link here. And finally, the IEPF international rules. Remember that 8-ball organization mentioned earlier? This is the IEPF, the International 8-ball rules. And get this, it's only 1 page, but the font is microscopic. Not a bad document at all if you want to be your local pool hall lawyer and litigate on behalf of your buddy, or use it as a source document for house rules. Either way, it's not a bad read, and it can be found here. That brings us to the end. So in summary, the WPA is one of 3 billiard organizations that belong to the World Confederation of Billiard Sports. That falls under the IOC. The WPA is the international governing body for pool, pocket billiards, dedicated to promoting and regulating the sport of pool worldwide. Additionally, the WPA serves as the governing body for 7 continental sub-organizations, and in doing so, creates, interprets, and amends rules for international billiards games. Perhaps I should have let off with this paragraph. Might have saved you a lot of time, huh? Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I hope now you're able to recognize how billiards is organized on a global scale, as well as the many diverse functions of the WPA. God bless, and Scarecrow out.